Hey everyone, it's Rebecca here, and today we're talking about 10 reasons to become a CNS. I became a CNS back in 2005, so it's been about 17 years, and here at the Nutrition Herbal Collective, we help CNS candidates complete their supervised practice experience. We've had folks from many universities, over 25 states, and currently we have 3 international CNS candidates, which is awesome. So our international audience is growing. Let me share my screen. Okay, so let's do this. 10 reasons to become a CNS. Well, number one, the CNS credential, which is the Certified Nutritional Specialist through the BCNS, it does hold credibility with healthcare practitioners and doctors. So when you are networking in the field or looking to practice with a wellness practice or integrative health practice, it can be super helpful to have that board certification. Getting the 1,000 hours, when you're working on your supervised practice experience, you're getting clinical experience, you're developing group programming, you're learning how to talk about yourself to other healthcare practitioners. You're slowly building confidence and competence in the field so that once you have the credential, it's a great leveraging point for networking and job positions. Number two, the CNS credential is an avenue for licensure, for nutrition licensure in a number of states. Here in Maryland, Delaware, DC, Illinois, Florida, North Carolina. There's a lot. It is important to know that in some states, the nutritionist cannot practice legally as a nutritionist. Those are red states. Check out the ANA Nutrition Advocacy Map. That's a useful map that will tell you which states you can legally practice in. The only exception on the red state is Georgia, which does have an exemption for an MS in nutrition to practice legally. Every state's different. Some states have a protected title for nutritionist, and you can't call yourself a nutritionist until you're licensed, like Maryland. Other states, like Virginia and Pennsylvania, the title and/or practice is not protected. There is a licensure pathway for CNSs, but it is a green state, and green states generally, the practice of nutrition is not restricted. There's a lot more there, and the state-by-state laws are super confusing. We actually have that mapped out for folks in our internship onboarding course with a templated consent form and privacy notice that our interns can use in their practice. We work with an integrative health lawyer that's helped us think that through. It's important to educate yourself though, and find out, can you get licensed in your state? What states can you get licensed in, et cetera, et cetera. Number three, once you're a CNS and or you are licensed in your state or credentialed, or certified. In Connecticut, it's a CDN, so CNSs can get the CDN in Connecticut. And actually in Connecticut, folks can get their CDN prior to fully completing their CNS. Once you have those letters in your state, those credentials in your state, you can actually bill insurance. You can participate with insurance companies. You can also generate super bills, which helps your clients get reimbursement from their insurance. I would say about 30 to 40% of my clients ask for a super bill, and of those, there's a varying amount that they can get reimbursed. Super bills can be used for FSAs and HSAs, health spending account, flex spending account, but they can also be submitted by the patient to their insurance company. So I would say that I've seen a wide range of reimbursement capability on that, from nothing to everything, and it really varies person to person. Number 4, you become part of a community of like-minded nutrition professionals and not like-minded. I mean, we need to stretch ourselves and see things from other points of view. So it's wonderful that we have a community that's passionate about nutrition, as well as diverse in how that is practiced and different people's philosophies. I just went to the ANA Personalized Nutrition Conference in October in person. Last year I was virtual. It was wonderful to be there in person, to hear CNSs present, to hear different points of view, to network with folks. I feel like I learned so much, not just from the conference presentations, but just by talking to fellow colleagues about what they're doing in the world, and the difference that they're making is inspiring. And let's be honest, like, working as a solo practitioner can be difficult at times. So being in community is so important. And I feel like the ANA, the American Nutrition Association, which is in partnership with the BCNS, which credentials CNSs, it really provides a number of platforms for building community, which is important. I always think, like, as a professional, I don't just need to feed my head with new information. I need to feed my heart and my soul with community and soul nourishing activities, and also, of course, feed my stomach with good food. Number 5, let's be honest, we all like letters behind our name. It just is so fun to, like, put letters behind your name. It feels good. You look fancier when you write down your credentials. Number 6, you can serve on a state licensing board. Both Kate Costello and I serve on the Maryland Board of Dietetic Practice, so we have an influence on what's happening in the field of nutrition in our state. And that is awesome. So you can get more involved on a legal level, and on a government level, working in policy and the implementation of that policy, and also bringing a voice for nutritionists into the field of nutrition and dietetics. We need more CNSs. When I signed the certificates in Maryland, 95% are dietitians that are getting licensed, and like, for every 9 to 10 dietitians, there's one CNS. I want to see more CNSs. I want to see more nutritionists. I want to see more people doing what we're doing. There's an abundance of folks that need help from integrative, holistic, functional nutritionists like you and me. Number 7, it is being board certified. We are held accountable to our credentialing body, which is the BCNS. We need to get CEUs, so 75, I'm 90% sure it's 75 CEUs every 3 to 5 years, regardless of the numbers, because I might be butchering that. CEUs feels like a chore, but essentially it keeps us in the evidence. It keeps us active and engaged in research and in staying current. And we're also held accountable to an ethics board, to practice with clear ethical boundaries and good standards of practice. So I like that. People often complain about getting CEUs, but in a way, it's part of our standards of practice that we're held up accountable to, which serves everybody. It serves the public, it serves us, and it serves the national organization, the BCNS and the ANA. Number 8, being a CNS, you pay your annual dues, and those dues, and also what you pay to the conference or anything else you do to support the BCNS, fund legislative action for nutritionists. So I've been in the field since 2003. I got my CNS in 2005. And in that time, the map, the nutrition advocacy, now that map on the ANA site, the nutrition advocacy, if you just Google ANA nutrition advocacy, the map will come up and you can see all the colors, the red, the green, the yellow. When I was director of the nutrition program at MUIH, we did a state-by-state analysis, and the number of red states back then was almost, if not twice as much as it is now. And that just shows me how much that map has changed in the last 10 years. So that's exciting to me. That shows that this is a dynamic field, and state-by-state licensure is dynamic, and my dues are funding legislative action that helps more people like me practice freely in the United States. Number 9, you gain the support of a large organization with resources, so not just legislative action, but jobs, business and marketing support, and education, free webinars. The ANA and the BCNS have been doing more and more education in the last year. I love the CNS Connect series. We're adding some education to that from TNHC this year and upcoming year 2023. I love the webinar series that the ANA does, and I mentioned the conference as well. Number 10 is probably the most important reason, is that getting board certified. Now, let's just say that you can be a healer, you can be, in some states you can be a nutritionist without the CNS, but the CNS definitely leverages you more practice potential in more states. Most of us are practicing virtually these days, so being able to cross state lines and not just stay local, with the CNS, we have more capability to see and help more people, and that's why we're doing what we're doing. Think back to the original impetus of why you got your master's degree in nutrition. You wanted to help people. You probably had your own healing journey, or you helped a family member with their healing journey. You saw the power that nutrition played in that whole process, and you're like, this matters, and I want to make a difference in the world. When you go through your master's degree and you're, studying for the CNS test and slogging through your hours, sometimes that initial impetus gets lost. So it's good to go back to that core passion and vision, because that's what it's all about. It's about helping people make meaningful change in their life, and the CNS can help you do that. So that's my top 10 reasons. If you've enjoyed this video, check out the Resource Hub. We've got lots of great free educational content. Enjoy. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.